Let's spin that wheel with a Nemsy Wheel Warlock. The idea behind this deck is we are going to be using Game Master Nemsy to either drag out our Forge Fiends or Asphyxiodons in order to have a wall of taunts to prevent our opponent from hitting our face and stacking up the armor. Now, we also will be, hopefully, fingers crossed, randomly generating Killdrain off of Demonic Studies while relying on Will to finish off our opponent or just out-controlling our opponent. Now for the one guide, first thing to watch out for is going to be Nidus Worm to draw you into the Zerg package, aka early removal tools. Any other early game removal tools are great to keep too. Fell Fire Bomb Fire is probably one of the best removals just since it allows you to cheat out both Nimsy and Possessed Animator out early, and these are going to be the final two cards you're looking for. Now, with all being said, let's look at some games. See how that would work. And truthfully, like, I much prefer this compared to like the decks that I was playtesting, right? I try to do my hardest to like do off-meta decks too. From time to time, though, that's a little bit harder. I'm legitimately every deck that I've been like, oh, this could be a fun deck, it's usually aggro. And I'm just like, I don't like aggro, so here we are. We're doing this instead. Yeah, sure. I'll put it in the chat and then I'll look at it after this game. Though you might have to remind me because sometimes my memory is not the best. Alright. I'll look at it after this game. I'm assuming yours is probably using Ultra Gigasaur or whatever it's called. What do I want to do here? I don't really want a coin. Oh, it's Starship, so I want to coin out the Animancer is the thing I'm trying to do here. Let's grab his, just because it might be good. Oh, Krog. Krog makes a lot of sense. Krog actually, if I had to run a 9-cost card in this list, it would probably end up being Krog. I just ended up not using a 9-cost, at least in my version, because we're also doing stuff with Wheel as our like backup win condition, hence the Marin. It's just definitely one of those things that you're just like, huh, well, how, okay, I want to do this. I don't want to do that. Okay, okay. Yeah, I do tend to like get legend at the beginning of the month and then let my MMR like basically tank towards the end. Just because, well, not even towards the end. It's I don't know. Rank is not something that I really care too much about. I only get legend because like people will complain if I don't like get legend while making content. I know that's a weird like thing that happens, but it does sadly happen. Okay, I'm hoping for a 1 HP minion here. That is not a 1 HP minion, but it can't do shit, so that's okay too. Okay, never mind. It can do shit because it. Yeah, that that's also the reason why like everyone who's been taking like temporary breaks and such, and they're like, man, you have to play like the same old decks to do anything good, and I'm just like, no, you can play new decks. You just have to be a little bit creative and not care about just winning, right? Also, I'm so dumb. I did some. I don't want to talk about it. The dumb thing that I did here was I played down the 1-cost Death Rattle minion when I had Bonfire, which was dumb, 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 dumb. So dumb. Okay, let's do this. This hit in here. This reduce the next one by 3. Let's hero power. I guess we could have used Nemsy again. Actually, probably should have just used Nemsy, truth be told. If I can actually, like, stabilize a little bit, then we'll just slam down wheel, which I think actually this would stabilize. Because if we do this, that grabs that. Oh. If we get Dark Marrow, that would be nice. Okay, that's not Dark Marrow. I can use this. Okay, that works. The idea would be like pop all three of these, but maybe that would be worth it. Let's draw another card. We'll pop at least one more because I don't think they'll have enough damage to like OTK from here, right? But yeah, I haven't done anything with Warlock in like a month, and actually maybe like 2 months, and I definitely wanted to do something again. And like Wheel was like high on the priority list of things to do. And I need to charge my headset because I am dumb. Yeah, Freebooter is another one of those cards that I'm like, man, maybe we do something there, but I just haven't gotten around to it. Okay, so if this hits into here, that summons that out of our hand. Really want to go wheel, but I think this is the play. Then slam this down. That's not going to do what I needed to do. Because of the Divine Shield. Okay, let's just coin. Okay, at least Navigator is nice. But yeah, Wheel is one of those cards that, like, you want to slam it down as quickly as possible, but most of the time you just don't have the opportunity to do so. Like, if they don't get rid of both of these minions, then we slam down Elise, get hopefully a copy to get another one of these. Other decks that I want to try to do is like some OTK. Now that we've gotten... Oh, that's going to have poisonous on it, right? Yep. Okay, so stuff isn't going to live, which is okay. If we get Dark Marrow as a top deck, we'll use... Yeah, that's like the only card that it couldn't have been. Yeah, I like instant win condition cards, but that's me being me. I don't know. I like playing a little bit greedy. I know it's probably not like the best idea in the world, but like I like the card. I have a soft spot for the card, I should say. Okay, so that's Catacombs. Okay, Catacombs gets us Dark Marrow no matter what. Actually, that's pretty good because that means we can get a bajillion of these. I think actually what we'll... Okay, if we top deck Dark Marrow, we'll use Wheel. If we have to generate the Dark Marrow, if we have to get it off of here... I mean, it's a 1 in 3 shot, right? We could, it's what we want. That's Eternal Layover. I wish I had 1 more mana. And we'll keep it like this. I am a little... Well, this isn't going to matter too much. Because the 2 Eternal Layovers is pretty nice. We can Eternal Layover, and get rid of everything on the board if we really have to. Yeah. Time Warp is one of those cards also that is just like... Actually, speaking of Time Warp, Murazad with Time Warp is probably going to be like the play. Okay, there's Dark Marrow, which means I can get away with just doing this. And then I don't care about trading or not. And then we might as well go face. I'm assuming they'll use this to get another copy of their starship. And then we just gotta survive like 5 turns. Oh, copies. That's interesting. I guess, yeah, copy makes sense. After we wheel, that makes 100% sense, thinking about it. Okay, so we Eternal Layover. So, ooh, oh, that's bad. That's really, really bad. Okay, so we get rid of this before we do anything else. Because we don't want it to resurrect that. Okay, that is okay. Because we can Eternal Layover. We've got that up. This gets another copy. Not dealing with that, and I'm not dealing with this. And then we can hit here. Get rid of this one. And might as well keep that. We're on turn 2. Oh, great. I guess theoretically, like, as long as they don't... or they can't do a bunch of damage in a single turn, we're fine, right? Discover a spell. Because I think what we do is we use Marin, we go for the draw one. The draw 1 card one. And then see what we get. Either we get a handful of shit that we can't use, or we get a handful... It's either a bunch of... Or we could freeze out by a turn, right? Wait, what turn counter are we on, bro? 3, so we need 2 more turns. Okay, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do Marin. And then Goblet, and then I'm hoping this hits Crown. So 1 in 3 of hitting Crown. That is the worst option that it could have been. Oh, that's bad. And now we have a 50-50 shot of burning. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Either we burn Crown or we burn Cobalt. We probably Bob next turn, and then that basically forces them to... They can't do enough damage, I don't think. I mean, it would have to be a Farok, right? And also them having, like, all this here. It's fine. Okay, what are we burning? Cobalt or... I'd actually prefer to burn the Crown in this position. We freeze everything, and then we just pass it. Because at least the Cobalt will let us turn everything in our hand that's completely useless useful. At least that's the idea, right? And it's what, like, 1 less? Why is the discount on Cobalt only 1 less? I feel like that's weird. Yeah, I don't know how they do 40 damage here. Truthfully, I don't know how they do 40 damage. Oh, that could do it, theoretically. Okay, Cobalt's really going out. Wait. Do we win this turn or do we win next turn? Uh, that's bad. Okay, come on, just give me the Cobalt, please. Quicker than later. Ugh, I think we lose this game. Unless Cobalt gives me Ceaseless Expanse. What am I staring at here? Oh, actually, wait a second. Wait a second. Oh, I'm stupid. I was like, we have to go with Grifta and see if we can get something. Well, GG. Oh man, that has to feel horrendous. It was either we slammed down this or, well, actually we didn't win. Actually, no, we would have had a good chunk of corpses, where this would have probably kept us alive too. Like, well then, sometimes RNG is on our side. Okay, Warlock. So there are Warlock's probably the most diverse class floating around in Standard right now. Actually, no, Paladin probably technically is, but all Paladin Warlock's also kind of the same way. Most Paladin and Warlock decks feel kind of similar, at least the more meta ones. Actually, Egg feels definitely different than Quest. All right, is this Quest or Egg? Okay, so it's Quest. Just gonna Hero Power. There's Dark Marrow. Okay, okay, okay. If we had the coin, that would be really nice, but we're just going to draw our other Zerg cards, get them out of the way. This is one of those decks that I'm like, man, maybe if we did something else. Well, okay. So, did I randomly get a DM asking to see a Nimsy list? Yes, yes, I did. Is there better ways to build Will Warlock? Probably. But this felt like a funny way to do both Nemsy and Will in the same list, which were two legendaries that I've been wanting to revisit for a while. And truth be told, Reform kind of makes Will redundant, so it is what it is, right? Though, honestly speaking, I think Will probably is going to be more consistent than Reform because there are a lot of cards that hate cards in the hand nowadays, especially in rotation. Ooh. I mean, yeah, I think we just slammed down Nemsy, and then I guess we could AoE the board. Okay, there's the quest. Oh, sure. Now, the question is, do they trade or do they go face? They probably just go face and hope they have enough damage, right? I guess we could... Well, we'll be at 9 mana. I mean, 7 mana. So we could Eternal Layover the board. Eternal Layover into Cavern. And then heal a little bit with one of the consumes. All right, this gets everything out from our hand. Also heals us a little bit more. Pop that. See what we... Oh, kill Jaden! Let's go! Oh, the memes are reality. Hopefully this means we can actually slam down Wheel and not have to worry about it. To be fair, Marin also acts as Kill Jaden in this list. Dude, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Why are you running that card? Actually, I know exactly why they're running that card. That card's actually pretty strong. I mean, give us the other one, right? Okay, never mind. There's the Marin. Honestly, I think this is just the play, right? Slam this down. Trade into the minion. Hero power. There's the wheel. We're actually in a really nice position here. I'm happy how this is turning out. We're actually outliving the Westlock. I'm actually kind of impressed with how this deck feels. Because this definitely is a deck that I wouldn't have thought felt that good. Might as well get the other one out of our deck just to have it out of our deck. And then not have to rely on random RNG of what we actually get. Might as well live top again, right? That's not a bad demon to have. Hurts, but we still got pretty good, pretty far ahead. Come on, don't randomly generate. Oh! All right, now that we're through the games, this is my final thoughts of the deck. So I ended up playing 18 games for the deck, ended up with a 50% win rate. Now, a few things too worth noting here. I know for a fact that we could have probably made this deck a little bit better if we did not include Nemsy. However, I did get a DM asking to see a Nemsy list, so here it is. And honestly, I was amazed of how consistent this deck actually felt. Sure, you're relying a little bit on RNG to get Kill Jaden off of Demonic Studies, but there are other ways to just survive long enough so the wheel can actually go off. Overall, though, if you're looking for a deck to use Wheel, Nemsy, and some of these other forgotten cards in Warlock, this is a pretty good one to try out, especially until the new set comes out. Like always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.